right? So that compound factor starts to snowball. So within your first 3 to 6 months, guys, market structure one. If you guys taking notes, write it down, right? Market structure one, right? Exactly, bro. I'm telling you guys got me hot right now. No, I'm just kidding. Market structure one, whatever strategy you guys are learning to trade, I like to trade levels dominantly and I add a little bit of smart money in there for liquidity purposes, right? But for me, I want to learn levels inside and out and understand that to the T. So understand your strategy inside and out, right? Risk to reward. Understand risk to reward. Matter of fact, let's just go over here. Let's just go over here on this side. Market structure. Oh, give me all caps, baby. Market structure. Number 2, strategy. For me, y'all know what it do. I like levels. For you, it may be smart money, right? It may be smart money, and that's totally fine. And there's some things that may be missing from this list. And if you guys think there should be anything, go ahead and unmute and add. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the chats real quick. All right. Risk to reward. Oops. How much money you're risking per move? Give me like a border, bro. Give me a border or something. Yes, sir. All right, bet we in here, baby. Is this making sense so far, guys? Give me a one if this is making sense. These are the things you must know and understand within your first year. Hands down, we are not chasing money. Trust me, the money will start to snowball. Trust the process. Trust what's going to be happening for you in the next 2 years, 3 years, right? So let's go ahead. How much money are you risking per trade? What do you guys think? I know we have some vets on this call. I don't want to just put my 2 cents. What do you guys think should be on this list within your first year? What should you know before chasing the money? Because you should never chase the money. Here we go, Michael. 100% Michael. Let's go. It's Michael, right? All right, cool. Right. How much money are you risking per trade? Actually, let's trade this. Let's change this. What percent are you risking per trade? Right? How much? Right? Because you should never go about how much money you're risking. It's always about how much of the what percent of your account. Right? So understand that. But yes, guys, focus on your trading plan. Right? That goes along with strategy. Understand the inside and out. Guys, this is it right here. Right? You're gonna have to understand and talk about that to your guys' selves. Right? For me, I don't go past 1% per trade. So if you guys go more than 1% and it's not working out, maybe you should dial it back a bit. I'm not, focus on that 1% or less, right? So especially when you're doing funded guys like Michael, it's very important, right? How many what was the percentage that you were willing to? I'm sorry, when it comes to the funded, right? What were the rules on your daily drawdown? Was it 5%? Was it what was it? 5%, right? So the thing is, if you risk 1% each trade, bro, you only have 5 trades and then boom, the account's done, right? Again, you do 1% per trade, right? With 10 trades, that account's done. You know what I'm saying? So you got to break that in. You got to break that percentage in half, right? The more you can break that down, the better. It gives you more chances, so it gives you more chances. But guys, back testing. I want to give you guys the option again. Uno más. I always want to give you guys the option because I know we have new students. Do you guys want to go ahead and have a levels Q&A or continue back testing? Back testing, back testing, back testing. All right, cool. What do you guys want to back test today? If anybody has any questions, again, guys, if you are new on this call, right? If you are new on this call, today is a more advanced call. It's for our intermediate and advanced traders, right? If you're a beginner, the Monday calls are for you. But today we're gonna go ahead and back test. And what back testing is, it's like practicing, right? Every professional athlete, no matter what the sport is, they practice hours throughout the week, and they only have probably one match or one game per week, right? Depending on probably even 2 or 3, right? Depending on the sport. But they practice hours and hours and hours just to only play for about an hour, right? Or less, depending the sport. So back testing is super important, guys. We got to get these reps in, whether it's smart money levels, support and resistance, harmonics, whatever the case may be. You have to get these reps in. You have to practice, right? Because if you're just taking live setups and you haven't even practiced, you're practicing on live setups, guys. Makes no sense, right? Literally makes no sense. You have to get this working. What is this? EURUSD 1 hour sell. Juan, my boy Juan is in profit right now. He just wanted to show us that he's been putting in his work and he is up right now to end the week. Did you close out or are you still holding this? Shout out to Juan, man. My boy's been working. I don't know where he got this EMA and all this stuff from. I don't teach that, but my boy's been plugged in and it's been working for him. So shout out to you, bro. Let's go. Shout out to you, my boy. Let me see. I think Austin sent in something. Let's go ahead and look at what.
Yo, Vinny, before you move on, quick question.
What's up?
You see it one setup right now too? Would you have gone closer for the change of character, or would you have kept it right there?
Right here?
Yeah.
So on the 1 hour time frame, most likely this is it right here. Right? When we could all see that this is the last liquidity sweep before the change of character. So yes, I would have kept that marked up as well. But on the 4 hour time frame, this is probably not that much. I don't know. We would have to see. And then obviously this is probably a nice 4 hour / daily setup right here because of how much consolidation. So we would have to see and look at that. But yes, I would have definitely marked this up as well as one of my last BOSs. So I would have had a sell zone right here as well, for sure. And I mean, this right here, if I was waiting up here like I normally would, I would have missed that trade, right? So it happens. But if we zoom in, I can't zoom in, but we'll take a look at this. This is my starting point. That's ugly. Right here. This is the last buying candle before the break of structure, right? So notice we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bearish candles breaking structure, giving me that my change of character to the downside. If I draw my bottom line across, I think it wicks me in.
Yo, that's a straight ass language.
So that's, I know, I was hard too. I was actually trying. So that right there was the entry. That's why I teach you guys both the starting point and the left, the head and shoulder, because it's up to you to pick, right? If you're focusing on the starting point, you would have definitely got that snipe with your stop loss at the high. And for me, if I'm someone who's focused on my left shoulder, obviously I would have missed that by a couple pips and my stop loss is still the high. But we're both looking initially at the same thing. Does that make sense, guys? Give me a 1 if that makes sense real quick.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep, awesome. And we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Remind me, Kenny and Juan. Let's go over here real quick. Austin, I'm trying to find your freaking chart, bro. All right, here we are. What is this? BNB. This is Binance crypto. This is the Binance stock. What's BNB? Crypto. Okay, cool. So I mean, I can't really see much right there. That kind of does look like, if I'm seeing this correctly, a starting point. So that would be something. Um, we would definitely have to take a look at something right there on a lower time frame. And this is a bit zoomed in. I would like to see a bigger picture. And I know you're kind of already zoomed out because this is the 15-minute, but if we go up to the hour and zoom out a little bit, we'll probably have a bigger picture for ourselves and a better idea. So when we look at charts, remind me, bro. Who else sent something? Dang, y'all was screaming gold. Why gold, bro? Gold's I mean, who likes trading gold? Who likes trading gold in here? 45-minute EURUSD. EURNZD. Oh my goodness. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. I gotta see this on an hour time frame for sure. But it doesn't look like it's holding right now. And we'll take a look at that for sure. But I do see what you're talking about. The only thing is, Josue, is if we're looking at this, my annotate, bro. If we're looking at this, right?
Yeah.
Lower low, this low made this
Yeah.
high. So for
Mhm.
giving like extra confirmation that okay, we're probably going to be looking for something in this area, or obviously this area as well. I would have needed a super solid change of character here.
Okay.
It's on the 15-minute or on the 45-minute,
Yeah.
maybe one, but on the 1 hour, if it's just a Wix,
Mhm.
we have to be careful of this right here, you know.
Yeah.
So, and if we are even, if we want to be more careful, right? We have, oops, let me go ahead and get my pencil. Lower low, lower
Yeah.
high. Market gives me my entry. I would have liked it to change character here,
Yeah.
you know, for extra confirmation, and we'll
Okay.
spec that in here somewhere and send that thing back up.
Mhm.
Make sense, bro?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, bro. It does.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. All right. So this is Brandon's chart. It looks like he's, you know, showing off real quick. You know, my boy's been putting in work. He has everything he needs right here, which is super, super solid. Yeah, this is fire market right here. Markups, market structure. Everything that he needs to see for extra confirmation, he has it written down. Looks like you guys been studying Iffy, some Valentino, which is pretty nice. That guy, he really knows what he's talking about. He's very detailed as well. I know he uses these EMAs, so shout out to you guys for taking it upon yourselves to get that extra studying in, just to make yourself that much better, right? I do the same thing. I just don't use his EMAs, but I trust me, I study him as well. Very, very good. So, you know, Brandon was able to find a good entry area, right? This is probably a demand zone or a starting point on a higher time frame, or maybe order block for him, right? But look at this. We have a BOS to the downside and a change of character. So this right here would have been my entry point, which was a snipe, literally an absolute freaking snipe. And then the market shot up. But after it respected that zone, he has the same thing, right? Lower low, lower high, market swept it. We changed character. He has the same thing, right? He's looking for his either order block or starting point or demand right here in this area, right? But the same thing, same rules apply for levels. This is my entry, right? Stop loss at the low. But we're looking at the same structure, and obviously my boy is up right now, right? So shout out to Brandon. The boy's been plugged in strong. Let's go, baby. Love that. Super fire markup, bro. Austin sending in another one. BNB. Okay, cool. So now I like this one a bit better. So notice how we have this low, right? If I'm looking at this, this is the lowest low in this area, which means lower low, lower high, lower low. I have until this to start looking for real buys. Other than that, as long as we're below this line right here, bro, we can continue to look for sells. Right? So if you're looking for, I know everybody's looking for the buys for crypto right now. Let's see, starting point right here. There's probably a play inside of this area, or even right here in this area right here. That, I mean, you probably could be looking for it, but that just looks a bit iffy. It doesn't look like it's ready yet, right? Especially when you guys are dealing with swings. Sometimes the swing isn't on the 1 hour time frame. Sometimes, like, a lot of this big market structure is mainly just daily, weekly market structure. So you're probably be looking at consolidation right now and not really noticing it until we actually drop lower, and then the market just flies, right? Then you're like, oh, it was just consolidating, right? So it doesn't really look like it's 100% ready yet. I do see this liquidity. So what's going to happen is, if I'm looking at this, I do see this liquidity. And again, you have to be looking for like dominant, like balls to the wall sales, because we really haven't changed character yet, right? But as soon as the market takes this liquidity and we change character again right here, then I'm going to start looking for some real possible sells. Or I'm sorry, buys. Does that make sense, Austin? Can you trade the DXY? I know on some brokers you can, but on regulated brokers you can't. And I've traded the DXY. That's what I'm telling you. I like trading the DXY. It's honestly not that bad. I mean, market structure respects, so might as well. Just like for what is it called? What's everybody on right now? Everybody's trading futures. Everybody's trading futures. And on there you guys can trade, I believe, like the yen or whatever the case may be. Like, you can actually trade the yen, like the yen dollar. You know what I'm saying? Is that true? You guys can do that, right? If I'm not mistaken, because I was listening to Oren the other day saying that they can do that. So yeah, I don't know much. All right, let's go to gold. You guys were talking about gold. I didn't look at gold this week for any trades. I was just marking it up. I really don't even really trade gold that often unless it just gives me like a juicy setup. But let's go ahead and take a look. Oops. So there was news today, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. Come on, filter, cuh. Come on, filter, cuh. Well, why is it orange still? Am I tripping? Okay. Friday. Non-farm, right? We had news at 5:30 in the morning. 5:30 in the morning. Let's go ahead and let me see. What's today? Today's the 6th. I'm sorry, the 7th. So look, 5:30 is right here. Obviously, news didn't really hit till about, let me see. Let's drop a bit lower. For me, like when I'm looking at this, 5:30 is right here. Yeah, the market dropped, but we didn't really see action till about 8 o'clock, right? That's when we had this fat move right here, smack down, and then smack right up. Does that make sense? So when I look at that, sometimes, like for me, like I've realized sometimes news doesn't smack right at the news time, and I would just be waiting and waiting and waiting. So as long as you have your guys marked up, your market structure marked up and your setup ready, just wait for your setup, guys. But let's go ahead and take a look right here. Let's go to the 4 hour time frame. So check me out. Obviously, we're at all-time highs. We're at all-time highs with gold right now, right? So look, this is what I'm looking at right here. I keep seeing break of structure to the upside. So what do I gotta do? I have to continue to market my starting points, right? Now, so let's go ahead and do that. I have a starting point here and a starting point right here. And I could probably minimize this. This is the 4 hour time frame. I could probably minimize both of these on the 1 hour time frame. But I also see a hiccup right here. I see the market structure give me a slight hiccup, and then it continues. But it's a blue candle on the 4-hour time frame, right? Blue candle. Oh, that's a gray candle. Oh, snap. Gotta get my eyes checked, huh? So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that up. Right now, look, check me out. We've gone over this plenty times. And if you hop on Go Live with Oren, he says the same thing. Right? If you're looking at this area specifically for buy continuations, you obviously got your stop loss hit. Can everybody see that? You got your stop loss hit, yes or no? Yes, right? But look, does the market break and close below your stop loss? No. So when that happens, when the candle wicks your stop loss, it's very important to wait till that candle closes, right? Wait till that candle closes. Okay, gotcha. Appreciate you. Wait for that candle to close, and then we'll see what's going to happen next. Because if the candle would have broken and closed below this stop loss, we could have expected the market to continue to drop a bit lower. It's not ready to go higher yet. Maybe it wants this starting point, right? And then it'll go ahead and make its way, right? So it's very important you guys wait for that candle to close. Don't make any rash decisions. Don't see this and be like, oh, let's drop down to the 1 minute to try to catch the move down. Wait for that candle to close. All right. I'm telling y'all right now, wait for that candle to close, and it's going to tell you everything you need to see. Right. Even on the 1-hour time frame, the candle does not close below. But what can we do now? Right. As soon as that candle closes, we can either drop down to a lower time frame. Anything after that is a change of direction. Yeah, so like let's just say if you're talking about this, we have a break of structure here. As soon as the market, right, this is my change of character. As soon as the market hits my stop loss, stays in, but gives me that change of character, we're looking for buys. Is that what you mean? Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're talking about this, right? You're talking about this. If the market breaks and closes below here, then it's a change of character, right? That's what you're talking about. Oh, don't get quiet now, bruh. Okay, yeah, and yes. Yes. All right, let's go back up real quick. Yeah, so if the market would have broken and closed, we could have been looking for some type of retest, or when the market comes back up, we could start looking for that head and shoulder type market structure to give us everything we need to see to sell that market down. Does that make sense? Yeah, so as soon as that market breaks and closes, that gives us that change of character we're looking for. And now that tells us that the market probably wants to head down just a bit more before continuing up. Right? Right, Zoom user? I wish I knew your name. Wish I knew your name. But let's go back up to that 1-hour time frame. So check me out, guys. Notice we just got this change of character. Now, again, this is the 1-hour. News happened at 5:30, 6 o'clock-ish, right? So check me out, guys. The market is bullish right now, right? The market's bullish. We know the market's bullish on gold. Everybody wants to trade gold right now because it's bullish. Now, look, if we hit a starting point, market continues up, but let's focus on the structure. Notice how the market gives me a low, pulls back. We drop lower. And then right before we get that change of character, look at what the market does. What do you call this, guys?
Consolidation.
Consolidation, right? The market's building liquidity right now. So we're expecting, if the market wants to continue up the way it's saying it wants to, the way it looks like on the chart, right? We're looking for the market to sweep this liquidity and continue heading up. Market builds liquidity, it drops, and continues up. We just got the change of character on this setup and on this setup right here. But let's drop lower. What did the market come down to? Why did the market drop this low? What's over here? What's over here on this side? Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's drop down to 15-minute. So for me, this almost looks like a setup within the setup. It's not as clean, but sometimes, I mean, it is what it is, right? I know a lot of you guys are looking at this imbalance right here, and I see this as well, right? Especially when I see a large break up to the upside. We got to break a structure here. Right after we hit this starting point, structure, depending on what you're looking at, guys, you have to do your back testing and see what works. I've noticed this works a lot, right? When the market is approaching a zone, it stops it out, but when it's ready to go, it's going to go aggressively. And this would be a bit more aggressive, right? Because technically we haven't changed character here, so on and so forth. But notice how we get that BOS here. And we also get a starting point right here in this area. Now on the 30-minute, it might be something like this, but we'll just focus on this right here. Now, the setup within the setup, we know on the 1 hour time frame, we're focusing on this low and this high, right? But does anybody see a pullback from this area here to down here? Does anybody see a pullback within that area? Let me go ahead and just zoom in again. Let me go ahead and zoom in. Yes. Yes. So notice the market had to respect this first before respecting this, right? So if I'm looking at this and I want to be a bit aggressive, I can see we have a starting point here and a head and shoulder here. But this is a bit aggressive and it doesn't look the cleanest. So I wouldn't really, see if anybody would use this. But, when you do your back testing, you're going to be like, oh, this may work out. I'm willing to put some of money in my account on this trade, right? Because we know at the end of the day, the stop loss is going to be down here. I mean, it has to be, unless you want to be a bit tight and aggressive and put it right here. But for me, this is fine. All right, somebody else may say no. That's okay. Now, I'm going to just delete this for the visual. We can see that the shoulder was respected. So this is the setup right here. Left shoulder, the inner head and shoulder. Head, change of character. Right now, again, notice, guys, this is the setup within the setup. Notice we still have this left shoulder, head, and the market is now consolidating where we need that break of structure and change of character to the upside. Market drops down, comes right to my area, and then gives me the change of character for the bigger setup. Does that make sense? How many times have we looked at the setup within the setup on this call? I break this down to you all the time because that's what's happening on the lower time frame. But I try not to go over it because it can be kind of confusing, just like this. Like when you go to, indices and, commodities, and it starts to get a bit more tedious. And, for anybody who is fairly new, it could be goes over the head, right? But this is an advanced call. So, we got to train you and get you all equipped. So I hope that made sense, right? The market definitely did what it was supposed to do. Small, this is the inner head and shoulder, the setup within the setup, change of character, builds liquidity. Market swept it for news, came right to my area, and gave us that move we're looking for, and also gave us the change of character for the higher time frame. Shoulder, neckline, head, change of character, back inside this area, right? Back inside this area. So let's just take a look and see what could happen next week. So look, let's go ahead and drop to a higher time frame real quick. Let's go to a 30-minute. Yeah, so I think we probably would have got this if we were focused on the 30-minute structure. Boom, little snipe. Little snipey snipe. Cool. Let's delete that too. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Now, if I'm looking at this on the 1 hour, my shoulder is from this wick to the closest body. So we can see the market actually came back inside there before the market closed. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to respect. Now, again, the market can do what it's supposed to do. It may shake people out. If you're in right here, hey, this may happen. We might get consolidation. We may go deeper inside the setup. You may be in drawdown. That's okay. But if we can go ahead and change character, we could start looking for some more possible buy ideas. Does that make sense, guys? Because everything kind of happened with gold before the change of character. You know what I'm saying? Market changed character and then boom, came right back to the zone. So just make sure you pay attention to that, right? Make sure you pay attention. The market is obviously consolidating on lower time frame. Let's wait for the sweep and then wait for that change of character so we could start looking for some more potential buys. Because if we just continue down, right, let's just say, you know what, this was the move. This was the move that the market was looking for. And after that, you know, we're just going to consolidate and just go lower for a little bit. You know, bounce off this, make equal lows, continue to bounce off and consolidate. Now, if we see that, guys, if we see something that looks like this with the starting point right here, what are we thinking now? What should we be thinking? If the market's starting to range and go sideways with the starting point right here with equal lows, right? Let's just get rid of this now and get rid of this. Start cleaning this up. We have equal lows here. We're looking for a sweep, right? We have a starting point right here. We would be looking for the market to continue sweep liquidity and continue up higher. Give me a 1 if that makes sense, guys. And the more you start to understand liquidity and trend, I mean, the better you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? You just start to see things with more patience. I've been watching Jordan Morgan, and man, like that guy got some patience. He's literally telling you what he wants to see. He's like, oh, yeah, the market's up here. You know, I would not mind if it continues to consolidate and maybe even go a bit higher. And then, you know, come back, make equal lows. And then when I see that, I'm just gonna wait right here and, you know, just do my thing and blah, 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 blah. You know, like when you watch him, he starts doing this stuff, and I'm like, wow. And now I start to understand a lot more on why patience is freaking key, you know? So don't stop being a student, guys. Do not stop being a student. But that is gold. That is gold, guys. Anybody have any questions? Let me go ahead and look at smart money is levels. And levels is smart money, my friend. Let me see. Brandon sitting in charts. Oil. Looking for some buy opportunities. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's get it, my boy. Austin. Natural gas. Oh, I like this area down here. That looks pretty nice. That looks real nice, actually. Edsel. Got this on gold. Starting point left shoulder. Okay, cool. Okay, so nice. I see what you did. I see what you did. So notice, guys, you know, as long as you guys can see your chart, that is great. Sometimes when y'all send in, I'm like, too much. Y'all been studying Bavik, huh? Haha. Little shout out to Bavik real quick. But yes, notice how we have a liquidity sweep, right? The change of character. Now, again, I wouldn't have sold here. Not there. Because notice we didn't continue down. If we're going to continue up, well, break a structure, we can possibly continue higher, right? So it's very important we wait for this change of character, guys. Super, super important we wait for that. Don't be afraid the market's going to fall. Trust that the market's going to come back and pick you up and shoot that thing down, right? So look, this is, I can't see what this is. Let's go to what time frame is this? I'm not sure. I'd probably go down to 15. Give me a second. Right here. Cool. BOS to the upside, slight BOS, but we get that, right? Change of character that happened. Now he's looking at this and he's saying, wow, okay, I see a nice breakout rally to the downside, right? And my starting point is right here. That was nasty, right? And he's also looking at this, and he knows where his BOS is, so he's looking at this as his left shoulder. Wow, that is nasty too, right? Let me see. So he caught this move down. He caught this aggressive move down to that starting point that ended up getting stop lossed. This one here. Let's go back down that 15. Make this green. He was able to catch this sell down to the starting point before the market shot up. That right there, Edsel, is a fire counter trend trade, bro. You waited for all of your everything in your trading plan, right? All the confirmations, and you stuck to everything and you trusted your trade. And let me see what this is. What this is, my boy, if you hit the shoulder and you took this thing down, especially to here, this is a 1 to 6 risk to reward. If you ended up using the starting point, this is a 1 to 4 risk to reward. Both are absolutely fire. Fire, my boy. This is a good counter trend. Why? Because it happened up here and not down here. Right? If we're looking at discounted prices, right, and we're looking at the fib, right? Notice the 50% is half off. From this low down here, let me see. From this low down here, right? Let's just say this is $100, right? And this high is $1,000. When the market drops down and hits 50%, that's a good discounted price. You're getting something at $500, right? That's a pretty decent discounted price. But anything below that, right? You're at 60 or 70% discounted price, 80% discounted price. If you're trying to continue selling below that, guys, in a bullish market, you're crazy. No, it's just very unlikely that the market will continue to sell down even lower, right? When the market is bullish. So the lower the market goes, the less you want to continue selling. You want to try to sell at the high as possible and take it down to these discounted prices so you can go ahead and shift the market up higher. So super fire counter trend, Edsel, right? Shout out to Valentino. I don't enter if it doesn't sweep liquidity at 50% with volume divergence. So not every starting point is valid for me. There we go, Edsel. Solid, very solid. You made head and shoulders and combined it with levels using divergence and volume, right? That just makes you that much more sharper, my boy. So shout out to you for putting in that extra work to make yourself that much more dangerous in the markets. Let's go. Smart money, but if you can get your if I can get your opinion, that would be amazing. What do you mean, Sergio? Smart money? Like, do you want me to break this down using smart money? Is that what you mean? Oh, my bad. My bad. Let me see. This is UJ. 15-minute. You said that's smart money, bro. That's levels, bro. That's UJ. Let's see. 15-minute. Where at? Hold on. That's today. Oh, right here. Bro, that's levels, bro. That's levels. All right, let's break it down. So I know you said you had this marked up. Tomato, my boy. And that's what I'm saying, right? You have this marked up. Boom, you got an entry, right? Using smart money, right? But look, let's break this down with levels. Guys, do we have a change of character? You guys tell me, right? The market is in a downtrend, so let's go ahead. We have break of structure to the downside, BOS, right? Break of structure to the downside, BOS. Now, this is my last break of structure right before the change of character. So let's go ahead and label this up. Bullish change of character. We have lower low, which is my left shoulder. Now we're starting to consolidate, bouncing, right? So we know this is a good zone. This is my left shoulder. Head, change of character. So I'm already looking at this like, okay, cool. Let's start looking for some buy opportunities. Now, the lowest wick, I'm going to use this as my low wick. Lowest wick to my closest body, right? That's my left shoulder with my stop loss at the low. And if I'm looking at this using levels again, guys, is this a breakout rally? Yes, right? So this last buying candle, I'm sorry, the last selling candle before the bullish change of character, that's my starting point. Bro, you trading levels. Can't even play with me, bro. You trading levels. Just kidding, bro. Just kidding. But we speak the same language, you and I. You know? Hey, cousin. Hey, cuzzo. We like the cousins at the Thanksgiving cookouts. You know what I'm saying? When we go take that walk, you're like, hey, hootie hoo. Taking the walk, my boy, take the walk. You feel me? I'm telling y'all, we speak the same language. Kevin sending in some charts. Ethereum, 30-minute. All right, the only thing is this is all I see, bro. That's the only thing. You know, I got to keep it real on this call, right? We do have that BOS, and then we do have this change of character. But the only thing is on this is the only thing I see, right? I also see a break of structure here with the starting point. So how do I know the market's truly ready to continue going like this? What if the market wants us to respect this zone and giving everything I need to see? Consolidation, liquidity sweep. What if it goes something like this? Right? So I need to see a bigger picture, bro. I can't just zoom in like this, right? First, for entries, okay. But to see a bigger picture for like a very confident bias like this, I need to see the bigger picture, right? So let's go ahead and take a look. Ethereum. Dang, crypto's bleeding right now. Whose portfolio is hurting right now? G. It is what it is. Hold never fold, baby. Hold never fold. Who got them diamond hands, cuz? I got them diamond hands, cuz. Yeah, I'm still stacking. I'm still stacking. It is what it is, G. It is what it is, G. All right, so let's look at this on the weekly time frame. So weekly time frame. Dang, the market just swept liquidity. And it also made more liquidity at the same time, right? So yes, market built liquidity right here, right? So if I pull this to the left, oh, it doesn't look like the market actually swept that. Crazy. Haha, you know me, we stacking, baby. Hold never fold. But look, the market doesn't even sweep this liquidity all the way. You know what I'm saying? It leaves equal lows. And if I actually pull this to the left, this is what I saw automatically, right? We just continue to make equal lows. So I would not mind if Ethereum wants to come down here or even down here a little bit. Now that down here would be a bit aggressive, right? But you know, would not mind. You know, we stay stacking. I mean, it would look like it hurt, but we stay stacking, right? So if I'm looking at this is also a sweep of liquidity. Lower low, lower high, lower low, change character. The thing is, this all looks like liquidity, right? But for some reason, crypto likes leaving stuff like that. I don't know. I just don't see Ethereum coming down to 400, you know? So crypto likes to keep lows. They'll make a dominant low, right? They'll make a dominant low and then give you the setup right here. For some reason, I've noticed that. And I just trust it because it keeps showing up, right? So notice that we don't have an entry there yet. The market hasn't came by. But does anybody see something specific, right? We know we want to enter here. But does anybody see anything specific that would be like, okay, I can see the market going down there? There's something that's right here, guys, that we need to start learning to identify. Anybody see it? Give me a 1 if you think you see it. Okay, Xavier, you're onto something. That's one part of it, though. One piece. There's a second piece to that. Anybody see it? Good job, though. Yes, sir. I'm not sure who put that. My bad. If anybody, if you could delete that line, Xavier, that'd be great.
Your incision as well. Okay.
Huh?
Press.
I can't hear you. Say that one more time.
Any trouble breathing?
Who's speaking right now?
It's Giant girl.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute y'all. All right. Dang, messing up the live, bro. But look, we got trend line trading right here. Trend line traders. So yes, I do see an opportunity here, but I also see equal trend line trading right there as well. So I not mind if the market comes down, right? The market may even come down and give some profit. Boom, smack my entry, give me some profit, and then you know, we're not ready yet. You know, are you scared? Are you gonna continue buying the dip? Right? Oh, it may give you some profit. Oh, we're not ready yet. And out of nowhere, you just see boom to the moon out of nowhere, right? So, hey, that's why you don't put all your eggs in one basket, literally, right? So, as we drop down, I see that we cleared liquidity, some piece, but not all of it. Now, again, for me, this kind of looks like it wants to go a bit lower. So if I'm looking at this on the daily time frame, I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna delete this because that did me dirty. Did me dirty, G. Notice, guys, do we have a breaker structure to the downside right there? Yes. My starting point for that is right here. Now, this is the daily starting point. Let's drop down lower to the 4-hour. All right, the closest, that's actually a pretty nice head and shoulder. But there's also a starting point right here. So I'm just going to move these two. So now look, what is the market doing now, guys? If the market wants to continue down, what is the market doing now? I know I have possible sell zones right here and right here. But what is the market doing? Does anybody know? Anybody see anything specific? Again, this is an intermediate and advanced call. So if you guys aren't participating, that does not get you better, just spectating. Yes, Kenny, let's go. Yes, go. That's what we have to wait for. Yes. Right. We have, again, trend line trading right here. If you could delete that, that'd be great. But yes, shout out to you, bro. We have trend line trading. So if the market does want to go down, right? Whoever bought here, they probably are like, yes, finally, bro, we're up. We're up. And then what happens? Trend line trading. And you're like, you know what? We're going to go up a bit higher. But, you know, we're just not ready to go down yet. We're just not ready to go up yet. So we're going to continue down for a little bit. Right? So liquidity is being built. So be careful of that as well. And if the market breaks above and does the same thing, guys, pay attention to that. Right? Pay attention to that. Boom. We sweep liquidity. Now the market, if the market's going to sell down, we would like it to break and close below here for extra confirmation, right? So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So we go down to the 30-minute. Let's go to the 1 minute. So for extra confirmation, yeah, I would like to see the market actually break and close above this. Of course, Kevin. Of course. We have the break of structure to the downside. And then we have the change of character right here, right? I would like to see that, right? I would like to see that. Left shoulder, head, change of character. Let's see if we can catch some more buys to this sell. See if we can do that. I can't look at very many charts, guys, because I have a call I have to do with the Reno squad right after this call. So my apologies. Send those in, and we will get to those after the call. Send those in the levels chat. Send those in the powerhouse chat and tag me. Y'all know what we do. But as we drop down to the lower time frames, we're at 30-minute. Now, appreciate it. Now, if you were to take this, Kevin, under leverage, bro. Sometimes when you see something like we're like, oh, that's a great risk to reward. I can see it all. Let's go back up. What was it? 30-minute. What'd you see? Did you see the starting point? Or is your butt pressing buttons? Right. If you have to take this, Kevin, under leverage, bro. I know sometimes it's hard to fight the itch. You're like, oh, bro, I gotta take this trade. But you don't have to, bro. You don't have to. But if you must, right, under leverage. And when we get this move here, you're gonna be like, oh, Vinny's a freaking fool. I should have just went ball to the wall right here. But as soon as we get this, bro, when the market pulls back, that's when we could feel a bit more comfortable throwing in a better lot size that fits our trading account so we can continue higher. Does that make sense, Kevin? Right? Hey, if you had to put a 0.01 for the test trade here, do what you got to do. Get yourself a couple bucks. But when the market comes back and we actually have another setup, we can do what it do in this area, right? Especially when it's aggressive like this, So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there, guys. Does anybody have any questions before we go ahead and end the call tonight, guys? Any questions? Any questions? I got a few more minutes. I'll make them wait. We good? Does it look like an engulfing candle on a higher time frame? Let's take a look. 4 hour. In this area, no. What is BOR? I'm a newbie. I'm a noob. Oh, breakout rally. I'm just seeing, my eyes are seeing this rather than this, to be honest. Like, this doesn't look that bad. Right? It looks a little funky, but it doesn't look that bad. We have the break of structure to the upside. The market breaks to the downside. This looks like a pretty decent sell. Now, if we can continue chilling right here, I'm not saying this can't happen, right, Kevin? Like, what if the market comes back right here, gives us some profit, but then we just end up consolidating, right? If that happens, I would not mind seeing if we can take some opportunities and send the market back down, right? The more we hang out right here with a good sell opportunity right here in the 1 hour time frame, that would not look that bad. Let's go to the 4 hour. Even it still confirms the starting point right here. Right, so it does not look that bad. But now that I'm looking at that, right, my change of character line needs to be right here. And this would be my stop loss for the starting point anyways. So if the market does break and close above, 1, starting point violation, but 2, change of character, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low. The market disrespects, gives you the change of character. And then we obviously are expecting buys once the market comes down in this area. So, yes, sir. Appreciate you propping on to you. Appreciate it, bro. Any questions, guys, regarding this? Kevin, any questions, bro? Awesome, bro. Awesome. I appreciate you, fam, for hopping on. I appreciate y'all. Let me see. 37 of y'all stayed, which is great. I think we had like 45 or something like that, which is dope. And I appreciate you guys for hopping on. This call from start to finish, just a bunch of gems, brother. Yeah, sometimes the calls are like that. The markets give you the good examples. And obviously, I needed somebody, guys, when I was in your position. And I wish I had somebody just to be like, you know what? These are the things you should be looking for. These give higher probabilities. If you like this, approach it this way. If you don't, find it your way. But the thing is, I wanted all that information. I wanted everything. That way I can make the best decision for myself, right? So I try to give you guys the most information as possible as well. That way you can make your own best educated decision, right? Appreciate you, Chris. Always, my boy. Always. Always. But guys, study. Watch your go lives. Take your notes. Watch the blueprint videos. Right? Every educator has their own blueprint. Watch it. Take the notes on it. Take the time to watch something, guys, with detail. Watch one video 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 times. It's not going to hurt you. I promise it'll only make you better. You watch one video 5 times, it's only going to make you better. Take the notes. Trading is an open book test. I will forever preach that shit. Trading is an open book test. And everybody does better on tests when they have the answers on them. Right? So back tests. I back test with you guys on Fridays. That way you guys can understand how we look at the charts. We didn't do a whole lot of back testing today. Kind of weird, but that way you guys can see how it works. And then Neri does the back testing on Saturdays, right? And I wanted to do back testing back to back. That way you guys can be like, well, I mean, they're doing it. It looks fairly easy. We're just looking for setups. If you guys are thinking that, guys, get your hands dirty. Go ahead and back test. Get better. Right? That's the only way you're gonna get better, guys. There's only so much information that's about the charts. Only so much information about smart money. Only so much information about levels. Like at some point, you're gonna have all the information you need, and you're gonna have to just continue to put in rep after rep after rep. So take that with a grain of salt, guys. I will see you guys on Monday. If you guys are new, guys, the Monday calls are for you. Tap in. I'm telling you, I got something cooking for Monday. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys tap in. And I will see you guys on Monday. You guys have a great weekend. Peace and love, fam. Peace and love.